วัสดีครับคุณเกียรติวิทย์สิทธิสุนทรวงศ์ the Vice President of the Thai International Freight Forwarder Association. How are you today ครับคุณเกียรติวิทย์
Fine, very fine, thank you. How about you?
Yes, I'm fine. But today we have a big question to ask you, especially on the impact. What is your assessment on the impact of this massive flooding in Bangkok and nearby provinces on Thailand's imports and exports?
Well, right now, as Ayutthaya is the third largest manufacturing base in Thailand, and they are the main area of producing electronics and automotive spare parts of Thailand. According to K-Bank research, they say that this area produce at least 30% of the total electronics industry of Thailand, and also 10% of automotive spare part for the automotive industry. So this create a big impact for all the manufacturing and supply chain of the electronics and automotive industry. Which means that even though those factories that are not located in the affected area also got affected because they don't have spare part for the production anymore.
The global supply chain
affected. Yes. And we anticipate that at least 15 to 20% of the export-import volume will be dropped from since last 1 or 2 weeks already. For example, Western Digital, one of the biggest hard disk manufacturing, they have 2 factories in this area also been affected. And according to the news, they say that Thailand produce at least 1/3 of the total hard disk worldwide.
I see.
And this alone, I think, affected at least 4,000 to 5,000 tons of air freight each month.
I see.
Yeah.
4,000 to 5,000 tons.
Yeah.
The cargoes by air.
By air freight. Yes.
I see.
Yes.
So the Bank of Thailand latest assessment is that Thailand's economy will grow only 2.8%, down from 4%. Forecast earlier. So your information from the logistic transportation is that export shipments already down 15 to 20%.
On top of the world crisis before. Because as you may know, during the past few months, the world economic crisis already been create a lot of impact for our import-export volume. And on top of the industry, on the agricultural sectors as well, for rice or the crops also being affected.
Farm exports also.
Right now, I think most of them still export under the inventory, but within the next 1 or 2 months, that will create.
And the same
impact.
for the imports. Same thing.
Same things. Imports right now, a lot of customer already also ask the logistic providers to stop or delay the import because they are afraid that if it comes, especially to the Bangkok port.
Was already closed down. Like
already
Bangkok
closed down.
Port at Kong Thoi. Last week.
Last week they announced to all the importer that they have to come and urgently clear all the cargo out because they cannot guarantee whether or not the port will be affected by the flood or not.
But the latest development is that government Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has ordered Bangkok to open the water gate at Khong Samwa, which is near Lat Krabang area, near Nong Jok, Binburi, as well as the Suvarnabhumi airport. Are you worried since Suvarnabhumi airport is very important?
I'm a little bit worried, and it's a big challenge for the government how to control it because I read from the news that for the Bangshan Industrial Estate, they only built 3 meters high of the barriers.
The flood barriers?
Yes, but as we remember at the Lojana, they built 6.5 meters. Still cannot sustain.
I see.
So I think that is a challenge that for the government and the Bangshan Industrial Estate to also monitor the situation closely.
I see. So near the Khong Samwa Canal, is the Lat Krabang Industrial Estate and the Bangshan Industrial Estate.
And also the gateway to Lam Chabang, Lat Krabang ICD.
I see the inland
container
depot,
which is also very important. Because right now, if the Bangkok port closed, this is the only gateway to go to Lam Chabang, our deep sea port area. So this is also very important, and the government must also carefully make sure that it will not be affected by the flood as well.
I see. So this ICD in Lat Krabang area, which is near Khong Samwa, is now the most important?
Right now, yeah. For our import-export business, because apart from Bangkok port, this is the only inland container depot or inland port that can serve most of the people, the business area that in the Bangkok metropolitan area.
I see. So in short, the government will have to make sure that ICD in Lat Krabang and Suvarnabhumi airport are safe.
Yes. If Suvarnabhumi also the most important, that also not only the gateway for our logistics and tourism, but also the confidence
of the world in Thailand.
In Thailand, yes.
Seriously affected if we have to shut down Suvarnabhumi after already closing the Don Mueang airport a few weeks ago.
Yes.
So are you really sure that the government can do the work on this?
Suvarnabhumi, I would say that I think they should try their best to protect it, and I really hope that they can do it, because that's the, as I said, the confidence in all over the world, how the government can react and solve the problem for our flooding situation. Yeah.
I see. And how long it will take to restore the country's logistics and transportation?
For the road system, according to the government, they said that they have to spend at least 16,000 million baht to restore the road condition.
16,000.
16,000. That's what they said, but I'm not quite sure whether it's enough, because that is 2 weeks ago when they estimate the damage. And for the logistics itself, I would say that according to the news, various news say that the government tried to persuade all the business or factory that located in those affected areas to start the operation within December 15. But I think this one, we cannot say that everybody can start at that time, because each factory or each company have different problems.
Yes.
Because even our customers, my company customers, some say that they might have to order the new machinery. They cannot rely on the present.
You mean the factory flooded in
those, industrial estate. But some say that they have to assess and see whether or not they can do the maintenance. If they can do the maintenance, of course they can start earlier. But those who have to buy the new machine, that I think at least
much longer.
6 months at least.
I see. And you said earlier that some factory even moved their machinery to other countries to continue production?
We have two customers that one company moved their factory to China. Moved their machinery to China, and another one moved to Japan. Luckily, their machinery is not that big, so they can move it, and then.
You mean electronics?
Electronics, mostly electronics, and the auto spare parts.
Spare parts also. So in this situation, the option is to move the machinery to
for those people that can move before the flooding, they already move. But those who cannot move right now, they have no choice but to look whether or not they have to order the new machinery or do the maintenance. So I think only few companies were able to move their machinery to other places.
What about the industry ministry plan to lease factory space for a short-term basis, 6 months to 1 year, for some factories to do temporary production?
That is a good idea, but as I mentioned, it also depends on whether or not they can have the machinery and also the spare parts, because as I said, the total supply chain right now of the electronics and auto, all linked. So even though you can start your machinery
Yes.
The challenge is whether or not you have the raw material or spare part to manufacture. Yeah.
So overall, you think at least 3 months or
3
6
months,
months?
yeah, at least 3 months, and latest to be maybe 6 months.
I see.
Yeah, and I would like to also let all the exporter beware that
Yes.
up on every factory start the production. At that time, the demand on the logistic, both sea freight and air freight, will be peak. So they have to plan their production and also their booking on the logistic very well, especially I would say on the air freight,
Yes.
because they have very limited aircraft and space, and during the time that everybody is
year end, right? Christmas, seasonal.
I think when they start the production, maybe another 3 to 6 months after all the factories start the production, there will be a lot of order coming in, and then they would like to export out. Then that time, the demand will be surge, and then they have to plan ahead how to book their freight with the logistic providers.